So we have Cthulhu again. And I went over to the ISS live trekking it does across the ocean. And right near the Point Nemo, Riley, where Cthulhu is supposed to be, within the 1,000 mile, according to the little point. According to this point right here, let me show you. Boom, according to this point, that little red dot, like right there beside me, that's where in the Pacific Ocean Cthulhu is supposed to be at. So, of course they say it's all make-believe and it's mythical. It was something that was made up by, hello Applebrooks, honey. It was something that was made up by, let's see who it was made up by, you all. Cthulhu is a fictional cosmic entity created by writer H.P. Lovecraft. It was first introduced in his short story, The Call of Cthulhu. Did I spell that thing wrong? I probably did. Published by the American Pulp magazine, Weird Tales in 1928. Considered a great old one within the pantheon of Lovecraftian cosmic entities. This creature has since been featured in numerous popular references, you all. Popular references. I think I've got that thing spelled wrong. Let me see. Cthluhu. Okay, well, that's right. That's right. So let me look at the one on me, you all. Let me look at it. CT. Okay, we got it right, you all. They cut the feed as it got near that point. Let's look at this, you all. I think I got this on me. Let's look at this. We're going at the normal speed. For Cthulhu, that's right, you all. And he's not very eek. He is an ancient one of old, and it doesn't matter how much they want to downplay it. This is right around the area where Cthulhu is, where this ISS is down here. It's like a 50.3 and then a 132. The coordinates that Lovecraft gave was a 47.9 degrees south and 126.4. So 47, so we're right now at 50.0. The other person gave it a 49.51 degrees south and a 128. We're right near it. This is 49.9. And then the other one that I think NASA gave it was a 48.526. And we're at 49.7. Watch, the camera is going to cut. 48.526 and 123.23 west. And we're at 128 right now, you all. So they're going to cut that camera is what they're going to do right when they get near the Cthulhu airport. The Cthulhu oceans, we're in that area within 100-mile range. You can see above my head, not 1,000-mile range. From it's like the point of nothing is what it is. It really is interesting that we have these very strange looking clouds. They're not normal clouds either. They're not. At one point when the camera cut off, remember when we did the cubes, how the cubes are trying to build onto the Wee Center? Was that the Wee Center in Tennessee? The whatever building it was. The cubes were trying to build a replica on the other side of it. Okay, see, they cut it. It's at 48.3 and they cut it, and NASA's thing is 48.52 south, and this is at 122. NASA's thing is 123 west, so they cut the feed just like that. They cut the feed so we can't watch it because they had to do their top secret recording of the area that does not supposed to exist, even though it's called Point Nemo, and it's the location that Lovecraft gave for Cthulhu, that city, Riley. Right there, you all. Why do they have to have the ISS flying over that area? Why do they really? Because there's something going on there. There really is. There is a creature, a being underneath that water in that ocean. And it's not make-believe, and it's a great one of old. and he's supposed to be sleeping. What if somebody awakened him from his sleep? That's right. What if they did, you all? It's still trekking down there, you all. And as it treks, see it, and unless when it came through, it comes through at 46.3. And then did you see it do something really fast? It did do something really fast. Watch what it does. It literally, it cuts the feed because some, like little bitty cube-like things move in that area of the ocean. And it's hard to make out because there's so many little tiny looking circles and clouds and stuff, you all. But the cloud structure in this area, it's very, very strange. In that whole entire area, it's all different types. And I wouldn't be surprised if there's like some type of entity beings in there too. If you look up here above my head. Like right above my head, this does not look normal up there. There's something going straight up above my head, straight up in this area. And it's, I don't know. There's so many cameras around the world. I guess they don't want to miss nothing. Yeah, we can just sit and watch it. We all know that the cloud structure around the world is way, way strange. And there's so many chemtrails. There's so many new names they gave to clouds. New names. They called them clouds, but we know they're not just clouds. We know that there's something much greater. Something much greater. Now see, look, we're getting ready to get into some wispy clouds all of a sudden, where we had these other ones that are like clumped together, like paper mache. You know how you can make a paper mache, like a mosaic with paper stuff? That's what these clouds remind me of if they were white, if the paper mache was white. But then these wispy ones right here, this is some type of an energy right here, you all, some type of a being. And look at the dramatic transformation. We go from that one type of cloud to this type of cloud, you all. You know that's not normal. That is not normal. Can you all see it that well? Look at this. This is not normal. That's right here beside me. How can you go from this type of cloud structure that's right beside it to this type that's right beside it? How on earth is that even possible? Unless one of these is not of this earth, and or both of these are not of this earth. And I think the one right beside me certainly is not of this earth. I really think it's not. And the one right here that right beside me, I don't think that's really naturally occurring either. I think it's supernatural. I think this one beside us with the wispiness right here, I think this is a supernatural, like interdimensional, like clouds, wispy and all that. And there's ships up there too inside it. But this one right here, I think that this is physically in our skies, and it's not just little puffy clouds. It's not, you all. It's some type of something else. You know, if you look at that really close, it kind of reminds me of a great big Borg ship. It really does, like a great big Borg ship. I did take a picture of it. You all, let me see if we can get a picture of this, because this is around the area of the Point Nemo. Why you got to have so many cloud structures like that? Really ask yourself, why do they got to have so many cloud-looking structures like that? Let me see if we can get over here. And we can. Just look at some of these as we went through. This is how it looks at first. And then it starts changing. It starts changing. It's transformation. It's got a little puffiness right here. And we're down here at the 49.4, which is very close to 49.4 S and 127 West. This right here is the Point Nemo area right here. Right around this area, right there when that thing is at, right there. And so is this one, you all. Right around the area because, let's see, Lovecraft gave it a 126.4 degrees west, and we're at a 128.4 degrees west. And the other person gave it a 128.34 west, and then NOAA gave it, or NASA gave it, 123.23. But they're all around 47 south, 49 south, and 48 south. Look, we're right there in the area, and look at all the strange structures that appear in the sky, the strange types of formations in the sky right around this whole entire area. It's how can so many things be in this area like this? You know that these are not normal looking clouds, you and it's not HARP. I'm telling you what I think is in there. I think it's those little bitty black cube like things and the white ones, and they came out of the solar flare, the coronal event that they dismiss as a particle event. They don't even look like real clouds. They look like I don't know, paper mache things or something like that. I wish I could. They can organize themselves and make one great big, whatever it is you all. But look at these. They're not normal clouds. There's no way. No way. You can see the shape. They got black parts in them and white parts in them. And these are just like the screenshots, and you can see we're still down here around the 48.6 and 124.4 with these clouds. And I think yesterday and another time I showed the ships that showed up too. You know, these right here remind me of an intelligent species, is what they do. Remind me of an intelligent species. You shouldn't have like really straight lines, but it does. It looked like a bunch of computerized things in the sky, like building blocks. Building blocks in the sky, you all. What clouds have stuff like this? Really, what clouds do, I don't know any except these type of clouds. They have them in their sky, looking the way they look. They're not normal at all. They're not. There's little squares. There's long rectangles. They're not puffy. They're not. They're just imitation clouds. And if they're a life form, I don't mean any disrespect. I really don't. If there are life forms in that sky, like I think some of them are, a different type of a life form, I don't mean any disrespect to them. I don't. But this is right here where the communications went off at 48.3 south and 123.1 west. NASA's coordinates is a 48.52.6 south and 123.23 west for Point Nemo. And that is the area where it's at, right here by Antarctica too, you all. Where was that transformer? Was that transformer found in Antarctica? Frozen beneath the ice or something? Was one of them dumped into the ocean? One of the hello, Susan B. Honey. Was there one of the transformers that was dumped into the ocean, you all? I wonder what the location was for that transformer dumped into the ocean, because that would be pretty interesting. See, look at these. Like down here at the bottom, this shouldn't be solid, but it is. It shouldn't be, but it is, you all. It's just all different, like something like that. Yeah. I just want to let you see some close-up of how some of these clouds look. And they're all over the sky. They're not just here. They're not at all. They're not. Just like a whole bunch of different types. We'll get back to the footage, but I took a lot of screenshots. Look how this is matted together, you all. Matted together with a cloaking like technology over it. And this is in the Pacific Ocean near Point Nemo, right in that area at Point Nemo where Cthulhu's at, and Riley is located too. It's really nice that they have, yeah, they do look like QR codes. Now, is this normal? No. This ain't normal, you all. Why we got such a variation of these clouds like this? We shouldn't. And it does, like QR codes. That's what we was documenting when we was doing the the cubes showing up in Tennessee on the WeWork building, you all. That, see, look how they look. Look at this. It's not normal. I know this is really close up, and it looks kind of, my computer's got a kind of a big screen with a big time graphic, but this is wild. Those aren't normal, and these right here looks like they're suspended behind it, whatever these are. Hello, everybody. It's like a veil, like rushing in from the other dimension. It really, that's what it reminds me of. It's rushing in from the other dimension. And we're down here at 43.6 south and 110.5 west, which isn't, it's not too far off, but it's still around that general location of Point Nemo. Look at that, you all. This is where we were. How on earth is that possible? How could that even be normal? This literally looks like it is a programmable type of matter in the sky. It really does, like a programmable matter. Look over here, you all. Look at it. It doesn't look like the clouds next to it. It doesn't. It's like controlled, but who's controlling it? Who is controlling this stuff up there in the sky? Because it's got to have something that programmed it and made it. It really does, and I'm not just saying that either. It has to, because it appears like that type of life form, and it would probably be a life form because it can reassemble and do stuff like that, you all. And it's in that same area. We'll look at the footage, but I wanted to show you the screenshots also, and I think hidden within here are ships. Some types of ships. Look at this, you all. And I didn't do anything to these screenshots. I just took them as the ISS was going across the screen is what I did. I just took them just to see what they would look like. It's like it's got a double insulated layer all around that whole entire area is what this looks like. A double insulated layer of clouds, but they're not real clouds. They're just like something totally different. Totally different. And look at this. See, doesn't it look weird? It does. It just it doesn't even match at all. It doesn't. And then look at this. It's like, this ain't harp, you all. This really isn't harp, and this ain't any of that other stuff. No, this is something much greater than that. It really is something much, much greater. Because these are all like lined up and stuff in a row. Then you have this column. I think we've been seeing this column too for the past few days. Right around in this area. This column right here, or whatever it is, it's been here. It could be some type of gigantic entity. It really could. And this may sound strange to people if you're just tuning in, but I am serious. There's some kind of interdimensional, mythical stuff going on. Some druid magic stuff going on, you all. Yeah, like Saturn and stuff like that, probably. Things like that taking place in this world. Because the druids never left. They didn't. Actually, they're a ancient people who literally just go by a different name now. Yeah, they do. And they still practice their things just in a different way, so nobody would know. I wonder if they are scared of Cthulhu. I really am. I wonder if they are scared of Cthulhu. Let me push this back to me, you all. Here we are, right back here where we started from. Yes, we did. This is only 15 minutes long, you all. We're going to watch this Cthulhu. That's right. Yeah, look at all those pretty colors. You got some blacks and whites and deep blue, deep ocean blue, because we're near that deep ocean, you all. We are. Yes, we are. That's right. That's right. It's waiting there's something in the clouds waiting for the right time. Yes. Oh, it's going to do something. That's a given. It really is. Yes, I believe that he exists too, and he ain't nothing to play around with. You don't want to play around with him. Mm-mm. If he can make himself as big as a continent and then make himself in human form, could you imagine the embodiment of a human being on this earth? The embodiment of Cthulhu inside of a human vessel? The power that could come from that? Yeah, he could unleash a lot of things. Yeah. UN has a building in South Africa shaped like a hurricane. Oh, wow, Sherry Volk, thank you. Yeah, isn't that interesting? It is really interesting. And I don't know if you all like get time to go over to the ISS to look at this. Sometimes it's kind of boring to look at, and then other times like this, when you know it's nearing that location of Cthulhu, the camera goes out because they got to do their top secret recording data to see how everything's going in that area, you all. They really do. You know they do. The ISS is like a robot and human exhibition, whatever you want to call it, thing going through the sky. Human and robot. I think it's unmanned. I think it's... now here we go. Boom! Go ahead. You turn off that camera, you all. Crazy stuff's on there one time. That's right. A bunch of portals opening up. Yes, Diane, honey. And they're pretending to be of the light in this era on Earth. Yeah. But they're not. They're not of the light. It's a very different light. It is. But we got good people on the earth. We really do. Good people who are aware of what's happening. And they're doing everything they can to hold the light against these beings of darkness, whoever they might be, and wherever they might be. That's right. There is Gina Henderson. They changed the video because there is a no-fly zone for you all because there's something they don't want us to see. The richest YouTube channel, they changed what video? Are you talking about? Because we're just waiting for this ISS to get up here to South America right now. Why, it's taking some top secret... Okay, yeah, it's done taking its top secret stuff, you all, is what it's doing. Yeah, that's right. Top secret, you all. Nonetheless, these structures, let me see where we're at on here. It says we got 12 minutes left. Can you all last for 12 minutes on here with Gina, honey? I think you can. I think you can last for 12 minutes with Gina, honey. Yes, you can. We can do it. We can watch this area because I think there's something going on in this area, and there's a lot of distractions going on in the world, and what's happening in the interdimensional realm and the spiritual realm is also happening in the physical realm, the physical world on this earth. It's all syncing together. It's all orchestrated and stuff like that. It's all playing out. Simply me. That's wonderful. That's right, you all. We can do it. Susan B. Honey, that's great. We can do it. It's actually kind of interesting to look at all the various types of changes in the clouds that you can see when you look at the ISS at times over certain areas. It really is. That really reminds me of like entities, interdimensional, like energy, just it's like hovering there, and then that thing right there, that's wild. It looks so fake. It really does. It looks fake, but although it's real, it's in the sky. It just sticks out like a sore thumb. It really does. Yeah. Let's look at this. Apple Brooks, Honey, and Susan B. Are the clouds entities? There are some entities in the clouds. There really are. I would say that there's good and bad. There's ships in the clouds. There really are ships. Different types of ships in the clouds. There's like disc-shaped ships that like glow. There's other types of ships that are long. They're like and you got interdimensional ones like plasma ships that are also in the sky. You all plasma ships. Let me do something. You all, let me do this. See, you can see me on here, but you can't see me when I'm browsing my video. So that's great, you all. It is great. Like this right here one. You see this one? We'll stick it over Cthulhu. This is a plasma ship that is an interdimensional one. It showed up at the Eiffel Tower, and I documented it on the live webcam. It's the best capture I've ever had, and it is they exist, you all. They're like plasma, more or less, also. So that was that's one right there. I'm kind of trying to find and get this thing out of the way, you all. That's a ship, and the ones that are in the clouds. Let's see, the ones that are cloaked in the clouds that I have personally documented. I'm going to show you those. I showed them in the other video that I had going in those clouds. Let me see if we can get to them, you all. We can do it. If I can get the right thing, I can do it. Like these right here. These long white ships. They're in the clouds too. We actually documented some of these in that area around Point Nemo. Clustered in the clouds. It was undeniable. It looked, somebody said, "Oh, Gina, honey, that is a, what do they call it? A technicality. There is no ships in the clouds like that." Yes, they were in the clouds. You all, there was. So yeah, these right here, these are up there. This was like the Battlestar Galactica. We found that. I thought that doesn't look make-believe because it kind of reminds me of the ones that I took with my iPhone right here. So yeah, we got a lot of things happening. And I personally feel within my being, if those ships that I documented, thousands of them coming in for around 2.5 years, day after day after day, if they did not exist, I would not be wasting my time doing it, because I don't like to waste my time speaking about something that I clearly would think, oh no, it doesn't exist. No, that's not me. If I got pictures of them, and I did, those exist. And one day they're going to make their presence known, and I don't know when that day is going to be, but they're out there, thousands of them. And I'm not so sure if some people on Earth, some of the bad people, I think maybe they might be afraid of them. I really do, because some people think that they're the Anunnaki ships. I just call them light ships. That's what I've ever called them, light ships. And I don't get a negative feeling from them. I took them. I better not be getting a negative feeling from them, because I wouldn't take them anymore. If I took a picture of something day after day and it just rubbed me the wrong way and didn't feel right, I would not continue taking it, because that would go against my spirit, my conscience, and everything that I believe in. But I didn't, I don't feel anything negative with the pictures of the ships that I took. I just call them light ships. And some people say, well, they're the Galactic Federation of Light. I don't know that. I've never been told that. And I'm the one who took them. I just call them light ships. That's it. And that's fine with me, you all. It really is. And it's okay. It is quite all right, you all. It is. We're still looking at this ISS going across this screen. And it does. It has some of those ships that are inside this live stream right there. What did I do the last time? Let me show you what we did the last time. I'm going to get over to it, you all. I will. Let me do this. So I did a video on here, and that's the one. Let me add this. I'm going to show you the video that I did, since that is going here, because some people may not have had time to go look at all the videos, because I really do. I post a lot of videos, more than anybody I know, day in and day out. More or less around 4 videos a day. So if you do 7 times 4, that's 28 videos a week. That's quite a bit of videos. And it's a lot to keep up with, and I know it is. It's like prolific posting of videos, but that's Gina. She will share. Me personally, I will share these things. I will, just to get the information out there. Well, let me do this right here. So this is a video that I did right here. This is where I first saw the ships, and I want you to look at this. Since I've got you here, I want you to look at it. You can see that I did share it, and I want to point something out. These clouds next to me, you see the lines going through them, the white lines. They are behind the cloud structure itself. This is no glitch of no camera, nothing. And they reminded me of the ships that are right next to it, the ones that I took. And this is around the Point Nemo area. You can see them down here underneath the Point Nemo sign. They're behind the clouds, you all. These are the ships that are right around that area. And this ain't no make-believe, okay? There's a reason when they go over the area at times and they turn the camera off. It's top secret. You're not supposed to know about it. You're not. And see, they can do something like this. See, I caught it in one frame, because the camera had, here's what the camera had done. The camera had went to turn its camera off, and then boom, somehow I caught it like that. When I was going frame by frame, that's what I did. I caught this just like that, you all. Just like, boom. That's how that one was caught. Let me get this out of the way. We're supposed to be looking at this ISS going across that screen, you all. We were. Shelly, honey, I really have shared a whole lot, and I don't even know the half of what I shared. I don't. It's a lot. It's a ton of it. A ton of documentation, really, it's what it is. And it's good. It's good to document everything. And I put a lot of work in it. I do. A lot of time and effort. And it's my own work unless I tell you otherwise. Just like this, you know, we can use the products that are available to the public out there, like this ISS, and then present it if we've got something that can correlate with it, like the Cthulhu and, you know, this Point Nemo, and when the camera goes off, and the clouds. Yeah, because they're different. They are. And people, you know, people share different things. They do. Some people use visuals and some people just talk. I like to use visuals, except when I have something to say. I don't want to use a visual. I don't, you all. That's right. I don't. But all in all, it's good. It's good. I'm in my 4th year. I was told this is only going to be 4 years. And I'm in my 4th year. I don't have the exact time stamp of when those beings came down and told me that 2 human and 1 extraterrestrial being. I wish I could find it. I know it's somewhere on the Facebook, and there's no way I could go back because I would mention it when it happened off and on. I don't think I even dedicated a single video to that very subject. I got a frequency in my ear right now, but it's okay, you all. Yeah, and I don't know what will happen when my 4 years is up. I don't know if I'll still be on here or not. I don't even know if I'll still be alive. But I'm going to be on here as long as I am meant to be on here, you all. And, yeah, there's a lot to share. There's a lot to share. And it ain't over yet. You live in South Wales. You got a ship cloud. Yeah, they are absolutely massive. They are real massive, you all. You can see that we have went past that one thing, and it's going to go into the darkness here. It's already in South America if you're just tuning in. And really up here in these clouds above, there's ships up here in these too. They're literally like covered, so cloaked. They're so cloaked and covered up really well. It's hard. If they don't want you to see them, you're not going to see them unless you're meant to see them. That's how it is. Unless you're meant to see them, you will not see them. As with anything, you know, you have people who are seers. People have the gift of seeing. You have people who are psychic, very intuitive and empathic. You have people who can literally like touch somebody and heal them. People got a lot of different gifts, and some people have more than one gift within them too. You also, it's okay. It takes a lot of people in this world with all different types of gifts, and they don't have to be the same. It don't. It takes everybody working together to keep shedding light on the darkness and keep keeping the light of love alive within us in this ever-changing world. So I think I am going to be going. You have a geometrical storm of Q on your hand. I've heard people throughout my life said that lots of people claim to open the seals and stuff like that. There's been a lot of people who have prophesied certain things, and things have never happened. They haven't. They give dates and stuff, and a lot of people proclaim to be certain individuals and stuff, and then it fizzles out and things like that. A lot of people do get within themselves. They do. Because we want so much to be that change in the world. We really do. And there's nothing wrong with it. There isn't. There's nothing wrong with wanting to make a change and be that change. But sometimes we get a little carried away within our beings. We do. And sometimes we speak about things and say things that really aren't true, although we may believe them to be true within our being, but then we fall short. We fall short. You're human. You are. So I'm going to go, you all. And I was going to say something about Cthulhu, and I also was going to put the link of the ISS in here. You can see where the ISS is at. Like, where is that ISS? It's in the total darkness again. We missed it, you all. It went over that one area, but I'm going to put that link to the ISS here in the live stream down here under the references so you all can see me do it, because you don't have to go searching everywhere. You don't. And look at this. Look at this thing when I... well, I'm going to put this in here because we copied that. Cthulhu, I think, was truly, he did exist, and he still does. He's not dead. Look at all of this right here. Cthulhu will rise again soon. What is this? This is Reddit. Cthulhu is the American dream. I didn't know. Cthulhu spent its entire career charging toward big challenges, garnering, that's a military terminology, garnering diverse support to carry out its bidding and achieving the impossible according to our primitive scientific understanding. We believe that when we join together and we beg to be eaten, no, I don't want to be ate. Oh my gosh, you know what on earth is this thing? Oh my gosh, you all, can you believe this? No, we don't want to be ate. You all, is this a joke? We don't want to be ate. Oh my gosh. He spent thousands of eons spent annihilating worlds and realities to the ultimate echelon. The American experiment has never been about self-governance, but bringing humanity as close as it will ever be. Making a lasting change. You all, I have no idea what any of this means. Oh my gosh. If you look at the bottom of this, it says copyright 2015 to 2022, Devil Olive. All rights reserved. Oh. The Pacific Magazine Pragmatic thing. I don't know what this thing is, you all. I don't even want to. Okay, you've seen it. I'm not even going to put that in here. I'm not going to put it in here, but you've seen it. So you just make a mental note, algorithm, that Gina went there, and that's that, you all. So yeah. Why can't Cthulhu rise? All of that kind of stuff. So there are people who want Cthulhu to rise. I don't want to see him. I don't. A Rise of Cthulhu song and stuff like that. So he's not a mythical being. Sorry, he's not fictional. He's not a fictional cosmic entity. He's not. He is a great old one from within. And here's some of the images of it right here. You don't ever want to cross him or come across him, because you wouldn't even know if he took on human form. You wouldn't. There would be no way of knowing. That's right, you all. None whatsoever. We are going to go. Did I put that in here? I think I'm going to close that out. I don't want to put that in here, and I don't want to put that in here, but I will. I'm going to save it now, you all. This gave me a hot flash. All of that did. That's okay. It gave me a little bit of a hot flash, but that's all right. It gives me a suntan while I'm on here doing this live stream, and I don't have to go outside to get it. Melinda Hutton. Yeah. That's right. Oh, my goodness gracious, you are. My socks are off, Michelle, honey. They are. They are all the way off. And that's okay, you all. That's all right. Yeah, you all have a wonderful rest of your evening. And there really is. There's something going on in that Pacific Ocean. Something massive. Something top secret. And I hope we never see the day that Cthulhu rises. I hope we don't. It's a very heavy, 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 heavy energy. We all know something is coming. We know something's coming. We can feel it. We can feel it in the air. We can feel it within our spirits. And it's very powerful. Some type of an energy. But that's okay. We got the strength to stand. We do. So, you think it's waiting for your birthday. I hope not. Yeah, you got a hurricane in Southern California coming. Yeah, I heard about that. I hope everybody stays safe. I don't know when that's supposed to reach the, it's like, life is but a dream, sweetheart. Yeah, I think I remember that old song. If I could take you up in paradise up above, if you could tell me, if I could tell you you're the only one that I love, life would be a dream, sweetheart. Yeah, something like that. I'm going to go. So with that being said, hello, wherever you are in any part of the world. Hello. From my heart to yours, love you. Have a wonderful rest of your evening. Thank you, moderators. Thank you all for taking the time to watch this, because there really is something top secret going on in this area of the Pacific, or they would not be shutting the cameras off like this. And this is the area of Point Nemo, the sunken city of Riley, and the sleeping place of Cthulhu. It is. Something's going on. Have a wonderful evening, you all. Good night.